Hey everyone, Kerry Beck here with FamilyEbiz.com, where we help families start online businesses and take them to the next level. Well, and not even always families, but a lot of times we are working with moms that want to make an extra side hustle, or kids that want to be an entrepreneur when they grow up, or dads just wanting to come home and do their own thing so they can spend more time with their family and have more control over their lives. That's what's exciting to me. We are in the middle of a series of the three systems that you need to be able to scale your business. We talked last time about the discovery system, and that is, how do people discover you, that you even exist? A lot of times, the reason you're not making any money is people don't even know you exist. And so I gave, I think, 5 or 6 different strategies that you could listen to and you could implement. That is, I believe, what am I thinking? That is podcast. I was going to give you the number for it, 027 or 028. Go and look for that one as well. Get their attention. You've got their attention. They've discovered you. You've done the know part of know, like, and trust. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about the like part. People buy from someone that they know, like, and trust. Before we dive into this, it's called the relationship system. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, please do so. We would love that. And you could do a real big favor for me. If you would share this podcast with just one of your friends, that would be awesome. It would get this information out and help people build businesses that give them more freedom in their life. So, know is the discover section. Like, we're talking about building relationships. You've got to maintain contact so you become their go-to expert. And for some of you are like, oh, I don't want to bother them. Look, if they don't need your information, then they're going to unsubscribe, they're going to go somewhere else. But if you connect with them and they see that you have good information, they want to hear from you. So there are 3 ways that I'd like to encourage you to do this. First one is email marketing. Now we've done series on just how to do all email marketing. I just want to give you an overview. Email marketing is not dead. Just like last time I said, blogging is not dead. It is very much alive. In fact, email marketing is my #1 asset. It is the #1 way that I make money. But before I can make money, that's our next system, sales system, I have got to develop a relationship. I need to build relationship, a strong rapport with my followers and my readers. So if you only hang around and send an email when you have a promotion, you're going to get a lot of unsubscribes. So I really encourage you to send good, valuable content at a minimum of once a week, maybe every other week. But people forget you. If they don't know who you are, and even if they've gotten your lead magnet, they're going to forget you. You've got to be in their inbox enough. I had someone say, well, or here, get this. Okay. So we were talking about, this was in our mastermind group, and I had one person say, what do you do when they say you're emailing too much? And I was like, well, is this person on your email list or not on your email list? Oh, they're not on my email list. Then I think, well, I'm not going to listen to them. If they haven't even joined my email, how do they even know how much I'm emailing them? And the people that are on your email list, that stay on your email list, want your information. So I think it is really important that you train your reader that you are going to email them at least once a week. Then we want to train them to open the email and eventually click the link in the email. Now, not all links in an email are going to be for a sale. Well, this is a podcast. You probably got an email if you're on my list about this podcast. And then to get here, you probably clicked a link in that email. And so I'm going to send free, good, useful, actionable information with little or no selling on a regular basis. I am going to send sales emails, but I also want to build a relationship with you. And that is one reason that I will send information that is good, valuable strategies. I like practical. I think practical and encouragement, because there's a time for both. And sometimes we suffer from that imposter syndrome. or your people do. And so you need to build them up. But other times we need to tell them, hey, here's 3 things that you could do. And so here's one that I'm telling you, build your email list. Use email to build a relationship with them. And then if you do that and you're building a relationship, when you're ready to sell them something, they already know you, they like you, and eventually they trust you because you've been giving them good, actionable, useful information. So when you sell them something, they're going to pay more attention to this. Now, you may go, well, I do that on social media because social media is social. So I build a relationship, and you do, but I truly believe social media supports your email list. I think that you don't have control over Facebook and Instagram and all the algorithms out there. And so you need to build a relationship with them off social media if you want to eventually make sales. So I think social media is good. I think it's a way that you can connect. It's a fun way. I do use social media to build relationships, but I am constantly sending them back to a lead magnet to sign up for my email list or to an offer that I'm going to have. So to me, social supports that email. So what do you need to do if you want to build your email list and use email marketing to build relationships? I really think it's important that you come up with some sort of weekly email series or a plan. And I think at least over the next several months that you have planned what kind of content you're going to send every single week, and you send it out. And good content that your readers are going to look forward to. You might even set it up as an autoresponder if you get it completely done. And that means you get all, maybe for the next 4 months, you go ahead and you're going to email them every Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or whatever day it is. You go ahead and set that up, and it's already done for you. And everyone on your list gets that. And so that would be something that would make it pretty easy. I know for us, we don't set it up as an autoresponder, but we do set our emails up like the one that maybe you got for this podcast as a scheduled email. So we do it ahead of time. And like for my podcast, I like right now, I'm finishing up all of July's and when I'm recording this, and then we will set it all up and have the emails all scheduled out. And I don't have to deal with remembering to send an email every single week. It's already scheduled, and they're getting a good, valuable, useful, actionable email with good content in it. So first is email marketing. Next, good old in-person networking. You're like, no, I like online. I'm like, yeah, you do. It's old-fashioned, but it works. I was just interviewing a friend of mine, Jan Burt, and after the interview, we were talking about in-person conferences, and COVID sort of put a squash on all of that. But I love in person. I was just speaking at an in-person conference this past weekend, and you really speed up that know, like, and trust. Because when you have a face-to-face conversation with someone, they're going to know whether they're going to trust you and like you and buy from you or not very quickly. I had one girl come to my booth this past weekend and really poured out her soul to me. And we just talked. I gave her a big hug. We talked about some solutions for some of the issues that she was dealing with. So I would find something in person, and it is called networking. It is not net sitting or net eating. It takes work. Networking, that means you can't just go and sit and get some benefit out of it. You actually have to talk, and you usually have to let the other person do a lot of the talking and you listen. Where can you find these? Like there are meetups around town, if you're especially in a big city. We have a thing called BNI, Business Networking International, and it is international, and they meet weekly and they exchange referrals for each other's business. Chamber of Commerce, that was another thing. I joined as an ambassador. And so I was at events all the time networking with people that are local. And like in my homeschool group, that would be really good. Even in our family eBiz group, there are people wanting to know how to get things going online. So just because you're an online business doesn't mean you can't benefit from in-person type networking. So what is your to-do for this one? I would plan to attend 3 events over the next year. 3 events, hopefully in person. It could be a local one or not. I'm going to be speaking, I think it's called Tribe 35. I don't think it's 35 Tribe 35, October 3rd through 5th. It is a blogging conference. So if you're interested in online business, this would be a place for you to go. I'm going to be talking about, I think I'm going to be talking about email marketing and sales funnels. So I will include a link wherever you're listening to this in the show notes so you can go and read more about it. I would love to meet you in person as well. When you go to an event, you need to choose one goal for that event. Maybe who are you going to reach out to and try to build a relationship? What kind of outcome do you want? Are you going to try to introduce your products to people without selling them, or maybe look for partners and affiliates? I don't know, but that would be something that you can do. So email marketing, in-person networking. The third one, free consultations or coaching. And I do this. This is tried and true to grow your business. If you have got any kind of coaching business or you're looking for clients, you give them a free consultation, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30. It depends on your niche. But I have done this, and I'm like, hey, let's get on a Zoom call. Now, if I were here in person and I was working a local business, I would try to get them to do that. But you can do on the phone, you can do Zoom calls as well. They get to pick your brain. It's a two-way thing. They get to decide if they want to work with you, and you get to decide who you want to work with. Sometimes they may not be the right person for you to coach, or for you to teach, or for you to work with, whatever it is that you're going to do or mentor with. So it is a two-way thing. You don't just want to take clients. Sometimes they wipe you clean, not financially, but you're just exhausted. So to do this, you need to set up a system for short one-on-ones that you could offer them. And I would recommend using Calendly. We'll put a link to Calendly. That is how I have people sign up for coaching calls with me. So to build relationships that know, discovery, like relationships, trust is next week with sales, email marketing, in-person networking, and free consultations or free coaching calls. Those are some great ways to build relationships. So if you have any other ideas, please leave a comment wherever you're listening to this. Or if you're on a podcast system, maybe you could just leave a 5-star review for us. I'm Kerry Beck with FamilyEbiz.com. We'll talk to you next time.